What's happening, so fam? So we're back with a tarot oracle deck review, and we're going to be reviewing the Kaleidoscope Swatches Chakra deck, okay? Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, click that little notification button, and join us on social media on Instagram and TikTok so you can stay up to date with a bunch of new episodes that we don't post here. If you're looking for a great community of people to study and do energy work with, go ahead, join our Patreon community where we dive into new topics every month, whether it's channeling, tarot lessons, energy work, you name it. Amazing people there. And also check out my tarot course where you're going to be able to learn how to use the same decks that I have and so much more. So let's dive into this. So I got this deck from Etsy. All right, and I love it. So the packaging was pretty simple, right? Here's the back end of it. I'm gonna put that in the top corner right there. The back has the flowers of life. All right, so it's pretty cool. The size of the deck is so small. It's very similar to my Aleister Crowley deck. Really like the vibes. And then we have a bunch of color swatches. Hey, what's really cool is that each color swatch has its name, you know, and it has like chakra links to it. So the 6 chakras, psychic abilities, your intuition, expression, stability, physical body, presence, compassion, creativity, communication, divine consciousness, connected, decisions, finances, emotions, dreams, relationships, personal power, forgiveness, truth, self-esteem, sexual energy, limitless, spiritual awareness, universal energy, and love. Now, I got this deck yesterday, and one of my friends came over. He was going through a shamanic journey of his own. He had kind of done a morning ceremony, and we hung out for like about 7 or 8 hours because he decided to do his ceremony at my house. And it was really interesting because the things that he was talking about, I would grab the deck and I would shuffle the deck, and whatever he was talking about, if he was talking about like his relationships, right, I could pull out a card and be like, okay, a dream, you know, creativity, but it was very like connected to the situation, right? So there was one time where he was talking about like this friend of his that he was talking to who you know, was dealing with a relationship issue, and literally the cards came out: relationship, lack of self-esteem. You know, it was very to the point about everything that he had noticed talking to his own friend, which I thought was really cool. I've pulled out the cards several times for myself, and I'm just gonna get up right here just to basically see how they work. The feel of the cards themselves is great. Like, there are not a lot of cards that have this kind of velvety, smooth feel. I absolutely love it. So let's say, what did my Kali meditations do for me last night when I meditated for like 5 hours straight? Here we go. I have 3 cards. So it allowed me to do expression, the throat chakra, okay, because yesterday I was doing the 15 syllable Kali mantra, which is, you have to verbalize it, right? So you were expressing it so you could tap deeper into your intuition, obviously, and your psychic abilities, which is definitely true. And it was all about emotions. This was actually something that came up last night when I was doing the Kali mantra. She showed me where some of my stagnant emotions were located in my system. So I was like, oh my god. Let's see. Let's do a dummy question. Oh my god, like, I just don't know what to do with my career. Like, my career is just such a drag. And my boyfriend, he doesn't want me to go to work. And I don't know why. He will never tell me. But he just wants me to be a stay-at-home wife. What should I do? Okay. You know, all of my demo questions comes from a Burning Man girl that, you know, goes to Coachella and stuff like that for some reason. So relationships. Oh my God, my boyfriend. Okay. Persistence. You need to be persistent in this, girl. Because, you know, it has something to do with your physical body. Maybe you've been trained physically not to, like, feel good about yourself. So you need to communicate with your man and communicate with your job, girl. So you can go ahead and get your just deserves, because this is a moment of your creativity. And it's a moment for you to blast your intuition, your psychic abilities, and your self-esteem, girl. This is the truth. Own that. Right? Very cool. So how about we do another little test? These by themselves are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. They pretty much get to the point, but they're not exactly fully dependable to use on their own. So I'm just gonna grab another random tarot, just any tarot. Whoever wants to come out first. I have them all next to me, so it's kind of like sometimes you don't want to move. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my Golden Art Nouveau tarot. Finally. Okay. So let's say, what should I focus on today? I'm gonna shuffle a regular tarot deck. What should I focus on today? Today I should focus on connecting with that Emperor. Oh, sorry, King of Swords energy. Okay. Remember Judgment. Yeah, this is Judgment, I believe. Yes. Or Justice. So I have to allow myself to harmonize something that's in my reality, because there's a huge wave of energy that's coming through. And on my heart chakra, it has something to do with my subconscious center. And at the bottom of the deck, it's the Knight of Wands, attaining something that you really, really want, okay? And with extreme prejudice, I guess, if you wanted to say that you wanted to get it. So this is telling me, like, you need to make sure that you're in alignment with your goal that you're looking for. Okay, so that's what the tarot is saying. Now let's go ahead and see a little bit of more detail as to why. There you go. Okay, so we're just gonna match it up. The first one is spiritual awareness with the King of Swords. All right, so I need some spiritual awareness to focus on. It has to do something with my self-esteem that needs to be brought back into justice. That major flow of energy has to do with my psychic ability. So here, automatically, when I match them up, it's telling me I'm unlocking more spiritual power, you know what I mean, pertaining to a certain thing that I'm trying to attain in my life. Intuition with the moon. And check it out, okay, they're all purple swatches. That's literally what's happening in my life right now. But lots of psychic ability, intuition, spiritual awareness. Yesterday, like I said, I hung out with my friend for 7-8 hours, literally talking about spirituality and all these crazy things that have been happening in our reality. So let's just flip it all over. Decisions. You have to make a decision, all right? What kind of decision, though? I'm not really 100% sure. It has to do with your emotions. What do you really, really want? What's the decision that you really want in your emotions, so you can take advantage of this energy of the Knight of Wands, right? So, like, it's very clear, you know what I mean? Self-esteem, there's something here that needs to be overcome in terms of justice. And when you start seeing, okay, like the meaning of the King of Swords means XYZ, and the spiritual awareness card, that's where I need to be focusing on in my life, right? So it does really complement other decks. It may not be the best always for just like regular standalone readings, but that's not a bad thing either. Like, a lot of times people are like, oh, I gotta have a deck that's just like, is so clear. Now this deck did not come with a little booklet, so that's gonna be one of the things that, you know, if you're not intuitively connected, this is probably gonna be a little bit of a harder deck to work with. Because let's say my friend is dealing with something, they're dealing with their sexuality. And let's say like one of my friends is dealing with their sexuality and they're confused about their sexuality. And I'm just pulling the cards and I'm trying to help my friend understand, what should I tell my friend about their sexuality? Divine consciousness, that their sexuality is divine. Whoops, I think I probably already scratched these already. That's okay, it happens. And you need to communicate. Get it off your chest. Talk to me about it. That's your personal power when it comes to your sexuality. There's nothing wrong with it. And, it's only going to come out of your dream space. So if you're not living your ultimate life, you're going to limit yourself from getting there. And, there's nothing wrong with you. So if you're feeling shame or anything like that, or maybe somebody made you feel shame at some point, don't feel that shame. Like, forgive yourself. And forgive that person if they made you feel that sort of shame, right? That's what I'd be telling my friend. I feel like there's one more card here that I would pay attention to. You need to focus on your self-esteem while you discover your spirituality and your sexuality. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. You want to make sure that this is all about your self-esteem, your personal power, and your divine consciousness. So you need to remember to live your dreams in forgiveness, from whoever may not understand your path, and communicate yourself so you can make sure you get there. Let me flip over the whole entire deck. And, a lot of times when people are going through like some sort of sexual revolution or awareness, they do deal with like some sort of financial change. So just kind of like be aware not to get caught up in the culture of rediscovering your sexuality where you're being irresponsible, right? So that's a really clear way of reading for someone, but you have to work a lot off of these key words, right? So if you're not very intuitive yet, this probably isn't the deck for you. This is a great like in-between deck. So like if we had easy, medium, and hard, this would be like the medium version of what I would say. I absolutely love this deck. I played with it literally all day yesterday. And it's very rare where I find a deck that I just can't let go of. You know what I mean? I have to have it in my hands all day long. And even when I put it down, I have this thirst where I have to come back to it. So this is a highly recommended deck. I would say, if you can get it, go ahead and get it, because it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. I'll be putting a link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. All right? And join our Patreon group. Send you all the love. Press that little notification bell, and I'll see you in our next episode.